back here with some 288 crankcases again. So these are going to be for sale. So anybody wants to shoot me an email, that's fine. I'll probably put them up like on Facebook or something like that so people see. So yeah, let me bring you up here. I can see chats and whatnot. Okay. So, I've got this. I've got an unboxing to do too. You know what I need to do? Here, I need some bar bolts. Brand new OEM Husky bar bolts, large amount. Morning, Mike. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Mike is the one that did the powder coat on these. So in case anybody's wondering, you can contact him. Contact him on opeforum.com. He is Glock37, GLOCK 37 on OPE forum. So with the bar bolts, see these slide in nice, but you might want them to stick just a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually JB weld these. I'm going to, yeah, the cases with the bolts up top are together. Those are already sold, actually. Kids are all over the place this morning already. Already got an OEM set of cases here too. William Prophet, good morning. Hey Bob, haven't seen you in a bit. Bob, do you need a set of 288 crankcases? Yeah, I'm gonna have a genuine gasket kit here. So this is the gasket that we need, but so yeah, so I'm going to mix up a little bit of JB Weld, and I'm just going to put the bar bolts in so they're nice. And Dan Price, been a while. Yeah. So actually, I've got quite the morning for us. So we've got to put these cases together, obviously, but also happen to have some 372 stuff. Yeah. Heat gun would not burn powder. I'm not going to use a torch today. I'm just going to pull this in cold. But let me get the this JB Weld first. So I'm going to put a little bit of JB Weld right on these bar bolts, and that's going to really hold them in nice and tight. They don't have any trouble. So a little bit of JB Weld right on the bar bolt. Doesn't have to be much, actually. This is way too much. Because they're in solid, but still. Yeah, I'm not really worried about my snowblower. My snowblower is good. Might need some gas though. There's your bar bolt. That ain't going anywhere. anywhere. If anybody wants a set of cases, then just let me know. So this set I'll do for $350 shipped. I'm gonna get the cases. What you'll get is the cases with fresh bearings in them, fresh natchies. Might be some extra powder in there, Mike. Again, these are in with JB Weld, so they ain't really not going anywhere. How's that? Morning, Daryl. I think I'm gonna stock that. Oh, some more here. That's about as good as that gets for installed bar bolts. Okay. Extra powder holds them tight. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Daryl. Oh, don't worry. We got. Boy, do I got the surprise for you coming too. I got an entire box here that literally FedEx chucked at the end of literally chucked out of the truck at the end of my driveway. And oh, Mike, it's from Rory, and I got like a whole pile of essentially 372s, but they're the John Surred model. So anyway, so let's get the bearings in here. Kind of do whichever one we want at this point, but let's get the bearings. So this is all nice and clean. You know what I could do? Always nice to chase the threads. With an M5 tap. Okay, good. So yeah, so we're gonna do this cold this morning. Oh, you know what I forgot? This. Ooh, I have a surprise for you guys. Some other day. More O-ring stuff. Let me get more Q-tips. That's what I need. Hang on. Q-tips. I have a nice tap, and I can do it by feel. It lines itself right up. Get it close, and you can feel it line itself right up. So, and you can sit there for like 2 years doing that sort of stuff by hand, but no way. Zip, zip, done. All right, bearings. Alpo, morning. So brand new Natchez bearings going in here. These are 288, but I've got a bunch of 372 stuff coming. So what I do is I just put it down in here and lift up. This comes out. So yeah, 350 shipped for these to lower 48. Just make sure it's kind of seated in there. Now we'll get next thing here. So you can do this with the heat gun. I did it last time with heat. Still got it stuck on the PTO side, so I'm going to try not to do it like that. So 1/2-inch threaded rod, nuts, washers. You have to have a good selection of washers. And you can do this any number of ways. I've got that. Okay, so got that there. Put that down on the floor. That's good. 3/4 inch. Morning, William. You can feel it. You feel it going nice and smooth. Not cocked or crooked or nothing. This one went in good. That's it. Yeah, Mike, just so you know, I'm not giving out pricing. I just want, I'll let you give pricing to the guys, whatever you want to do. Yeah, I'm actually not gonna put the oil tank vent in there. I'm not forgetting it, but whoever wants a set of cases, the oil tank vents are still orderable, because the other one with the cotter pin I don't really like. So, and the cotter pin looks like it's in like the wrong spot there. So I'm not going to do the one with the cotter pin. Yeah, I've had great luck with the Natchez. So, Natchez, Japanese bearings, that goes in perfect. See that? Beautiful. So that we're going to put aside for the moment. Yeah, these are actually Mastermind uses these too. You can get SKF or FAG or whatever. You know, you can get all kinds of different brands in these, whatever you want. I'm not convinced one is much better than the other. These I order in packs of 10. Done pretty well. Yeah, I gotta imagine the bigger case halves or whatever, the more complex stuff might be a little more for the than that mic, right? So if you're doing like an 880 versus a 242, might be a little bit of a different price. So before I put that bearing in, I need to make sure the oiler's in. So this is just a parts oiler. This is not anything that's amazing. So the oiler needs to sit down, and the oiler sits down and positions that bearing. And then I take the oiler back out. You know, right now it's just positional. That's all that this is. So again, I got a little bit of anti-seize in there. So now you put the bearing in there, and I do like to tap it just to make sure effectively it gets started, but you don't hit the inner race. And you can also hear the sound difference as you're tapping it. You can hear a very different sound depending on whether it's straight or not. So I have a bunch more of these cases coming. So they're going to all go through repair with Sean Carr, and then they're going to be powder coated by Mike. So if you look at it, it's slightly off. Back it off. Tap it straight. There. It's almost a click. Now you know it's straight. Talking to me, how many saws do I do in a month? One. Maybe one. How many saws do I actually complete? Maybe one. How many saws does Mike do? Probably quite a bit. He rebuilds stuff more than I do. Who's Mike? Mike Batto, the guy that's right above you. Oh yeah, that's smooth now. Now that bearing is in smooth. That's it. See, the oiler's in without O-rings or anything. Can't have the O-rings on. So the oiler's got to be fully seated. Then the bearing comes up against it for positional purposes. What carb am I going to use? Kind of whatever one's available. I like the Walbros, but I'm having a hard time sourcing them. So basically the Tilly is the only one that's available, I think. But yeah, this one I'm not building up. This one I'm just selling as a case half, or rather a set of assembled cases. So I'm not building this one up. I've collected a bunch of cases and I'm getting them repaired, and then I'm going to yes, I'm getting repaired, and then basically at the end I'll maybe end up with a set of cases for myself. So for these I'm not yeah, you can get these carbs. Not the 2100 carb is probably significantly different, but you can get these. But the Walbros are harder to find, I think. Okay, so now I'm going to goop this up before I put the crank in there. I can hear my kids are doing Minecraft. I don't usually do the back side here because you just don't need to. I'm going to put the positioning pins. Put the positioning pins in. Good. Positioning pins are in. Now we go to goop up this side. Am I getting snow? Yeah, I think snow's coming. I haven't had a second to think about it, though. I'll finish here with you guys and go make sure the snowblower's good, I guess. Make sure I got gas, all that stuff. some diesel for the tractor too. That would be a good thing, right? Yeah, the tag plates are replaced, or removed and then replaced. So this will come with a tag plate. So next, a little bit of nice Loctite here. Ah, shucks, I shouldn't have done Loctite in the front, but oh well. Because those bolts are going to come back out. Yeah, okay. So you can use Loctite 518 anaerobic sealer on here, or this is 3 bonds 1184, so it depends on if you want to do the anaerobic thing or not. Hey Marshall. Good morning. Alright, and we're going to take this and put this aside for a quick moment. So, nice, good crank. I made sure that there's no cracks or nothing on the inner, the race there, on the cage. Rather, perfectly good crank. Just need a little bit of oil on it, not much. And I'll show you guys how the crank tools work. For those people who have not seen the crank tools, we will give a demo here. So you need a rod, which is thread specific. This is M12 by 1.25. Goes on loosey-goosey. Doesn't need to be tight. Sleeve. That sleeve only contacts the inner race. The handle. That's all this is, a handle. And now we need a nut and washer. Here's your washer and a nut. Did I drill out the back of the rivet in the oil tank? Need a little JB weld there. On the other one, I let the guy that's buying it know that it needs JB weld there. And just crank it down. Crank's going to go in nice and smooth. There's no risk to the bearings here. All at room temperature. Don't have to wait. Heat something up, cool something down. No point. Just go until it stops. Nice and smooth. That's it. Done. reverse your ratchet. Yeah, some models they'll leak all over the place if you don't get a little epoxy in there. Others doesn't matter. You know. Remove all this stuff. So now your crank is installed on the PTO side. Again, all this was loosey-goosey in the first place. It should be loosey-goosey coming out. There you have it. I'm getting them color-coded, so you'll know what's what. Okay, now we bring the other side in. The other side, you got your positioning pins and your gasket. All the holes line up. Everything's gooped up and ready to go. Bar bolts are installed. Can do. Put one of your case bolts in the back here. So, same deal. Thread specific rod. This is M10 by 1.0 right hand. Again, it goes on loosey goosey. Dick Small Engines, good morning. Did you get a set of crank tools from me yet, Dix? Sleeve goes on. Handle in. You can bring it in too far and that's bad, so back it off. Again, loosey-goosey. And now we need a ratchet to crank it down. Missy Moo, hi there. Howdy, welcome. And nice and easy, crank it down. Super important, positioning pins going correct. Yeah, make sure they're good. They're good. The other thing you can do is put your rear case bolt in here, just because this does tend to be a little off. And it doesn't, back here doesn't matter whether it seals or not, it just matters whether things are straight. Make sure that with this hand that everything's straight, everything's good. You can put case bolts in too, just to make darn sure everything lines up. That's fine. Yeah, I've reached 10,000 subs. I saw that the other day. Two people mentioned it. I didn't even notice. That's it right there. That's all you need. So, which is cool. I was surprised when I hit a few hundred. Who knows, you know? Thank you. Yeah, exciting. Don't know what it means, but it's exciting. Something good, hopefully, right? Now we put our case bolts in. So I think this one back here is 16 millimeter, 35 millimeter, and 55 millimeter. So one, remember I've already got the Loctite on them. My power tools are upstairs. Hang on. Here we go. So these will eventually hold a dog on, so they'll have to come out later. Now we check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's gonna go back with the blade here. I'm always missing my blade for some. I believe that's for some reason too. Go back with the blade. Take your tabs off. Nice sharp blade, keeps that nice and clean. You won't have a leak there, you know. Beautiful. Just what you want. So, anybody wants this crankcase, pretty much as is here, we can talk. Shoot me an email. Anybody interested? $350 shipped to lower 48. Basically, you can't buy these cases anymore. For all intents and purposes, you cannot get them. And this is as close to new as you're going to get. So if you're doing a 288, you like 288s or whatever you need to start on a rebuild, this is the best start on a rebuild you could possibly have. I'm going to put this little, not back in there, but a few other things that are going to go with this as well. It's in focus here. That's a speed issue, Bob. Double your speed. I don't know. So anybody that this is going to get the gasket kit also. And let's get some other little goodies that can go with this. Mike, what were these little screws? Little flathead screws? I don't think they came off of these saws, man. The rubber part has to go with it. Oh, just throw it off more. Rubber part, idle screw. Tag and rivets go in here too. Thank you. Yeah. And this is the tag vent. I just don't like these, but it'll go with it. But what I'm also going to throw in here are O-rings. So for those people that haven't seen this yet, so the OEM O-rings for the backside of the oiler, these little ones, they go on the backside of the oiler here. Little ones, OEM part number 501-28-8501. These are like $5 a piece, and when you can just get them at McMaster Car. So what you have to do is search for Quattro seal 400-400-006. So this is a 16th eighth quarter, basically. Quarter of an inch outer diameter, 16th of an inch tall, and then 1/8 of an inch ID. And you get tons of these. So I'll include a fresh new one. So that really helps in a rebuild. Have that stupid little part save you $5. I got another thing to include too. Which is the substitute O-ring that goes on the outside of the oiler here. And these things, if you want to buy them in bulk, they're size 1.6 by 37.1, so 1.6 millimeters by 37.1 millimeters. Bona ends, so they're nitrile O-rings. These are just not that expensive, but there they are. Again, you can pay $5 for the OEM, but there's no point because it's the same thing. It looks good on my phone here, Mike. On my phone, it looks good. So either it's blurry coming to you. So yeah, so there's a little kit of goodies to go with the case half. Okay, anybody have anything else on this? Questions? Mike, I'm going to use your packing material here. Get this thing packed up. all wrapped up in plastic here for somebody. So there you go. Anybody wants it, they can let me know. Okay. Put that over there. What's next? Oh my God, people. Hey Mike, I don't know what these little screws are. Hope they're not important. They didn't even look long enough to go to the G part, so I don't know what they go to. So let's look at the next thing on the list today. It's this box over here. You guys gotta see this. Look at that box. They literally chucked it and left it at the end of the driveway. Oh, that's gotta be... Mike, this box that you sent me is full of blast media. Alright. Whatever. So I got this box full of 372 stuff. Oh God. Okay. Oh, here's my plate. Right. So let's see what Rory sent me. Hopefully FedEx didn't completely hooch the whole thing here. Maybe we'll do... Oh my God. Really? What am I supposed to do with this? See, good flywheel, good flywheel. Good crank. The answer is probably going to be, looks like somebody tried to put an insert there. This is busted off. That case half is done. So what's in it? So these are all Johnsonred 2172s, essentially Husky 372s, but in red variety. So rough shape. So some of these are fine parts. That might actually be a fine part. Now I gotta figure out where to put all this stuff. It won't go on the floor for right now. I don't have room for anything else. All right. That jet's still usable. That's good. clutch on this thing? Am I still clutch on this thing? Okay. I don't remember whether or not I can get this off with my flywheel puller. I think I'll try. Just going to take the pawls off. I like to keep all this together. There's a washer, there's the spring, there's the pawl, and then there's the post. I know I could use the hammer, but if this will go wide enough, which it will, it's just easier to do it this way. At least it should be that way. This is actually flywheel puller. I think it's Farmer Tech. It's bent already, but in general, it does actually work. One day when I get some ambition, I'll remake it so it's a little more robust. But it just goes into where the balls are, essentially, and then presses down in the middle. And this hopefully saves you from using the hammer. You can look at it as it's straight. That's how that goes. There it is. Pop. Done. Sometimes they're that easy, sometimes they're not. That'll go into the ultrasonic. So really this case half, because of this particular brake, I don't think it's worth sending it out for repair. I mean, this side might be actually worth sending it out for powder, but the other side, no. That thing's locked. Yeah, I'm gonna hurt myself there for sure. clicks. Oh, thank God. Okay, good. So that comes off because the clip wasn't there. The drum's fine. Bet that bearing's fine. Clutch plus minus, we'll find out. It's really kind of hard to wear out these clutches. Crunchy. Let's put this in there. That way the crank can't move. Mahai Petrosanu. Welcome. Sorry about your name. Messing up your name. So this I made, it's just a socket. Hit it with the impact, we got it. Okay, so clutch is off. Again, that goes in the ultrasonic. Oiler here. Good parts. That's nice. This you could probably use, a little messed up, but you can just pre-bend that. Don't think that's a problem. Start pulling these out. There. And that thing wants to come right out at me. Hit me in the face, probably. Now the pressure's relieved. Smaller stuff goes there. Brake band. It's pretty hard to wear these out on 372s. Just don't see a lot of brake bands. They're worn out. Plastic. Pull the oiler off. So Mike, I actually might send this to you for powder. Put it back in orange. Oiler. Good. Yeah, this mint casing. Yeah, this is beautiful. Great. The holes don't seem to be too screwed up. Little cracks here, but blast it, put powder on it. It'll be good. gotta pull out the piston here. I know this is mint too. There's another beauty. This one is not an eared clip, but still an OEM clip. So if you can get it out without killing yourself. Still an OEM clip. Rather use that than an aftermarket clip. Sometimes these are hard to tap out. Yep. And unfortunately, in order to use the separator here, you kind of gotta tap these out, which sucks. Hey Bob, what about the Cooks? Any thoughts on any of those machines? Because I get my blades from Cooks. I like them a lot. The price is right. Stuff is well thought out, you know what I mean? easy outs. I like the cooks, but favor the Timber King. Okay. That one too. Lovely. Go. Good news is I got plenty of 372 bolts here, so good. Bounced right out of the garbage. They don't want to go in the garbage. So I'm just using my easy outs here to get these case bolts, which can be a real pain in the neck. With a strip like that, I just go in the garbage. Okay. Take the little screw off here, and the kill wire. These little screws tend to be really valuable. When you don't got them, oh man, have to drive you berserk. Yeah, so this case half is just, there's a bunch of stuff that you could repair on it, but it's not worth it. This one's not worth it. What is going to be worth it is that crank. Splitter out. Put it down. This is just the regular Husqvarna style case splitter, nothing super fancy again. Do want to save the positioning pins if you can. Now somebody's obviously split this before. See the blue goop? I don't even want to know. I don't. Look at this. Does anybody want to know what's going on there? I don't want to know what's going on there. I need to get more tissues. Guess it had a leak of some kind, but it'll be fine after it goes to Glock. It's powder, you know. Let's get the crank out of here. That's not the best. Okay. Aha. So that bearing's poached. That bearing spun. It's not the crank, because the crank slides it on both sides. So then I'm not that worried about it. Yeah. So that bearing's cooked for some reason. But I think the crank will be okay. So I gotta look and make sure no cracks in the cage on that side. No cracks in the cage. So the crank will be fine. Now, this case half can go to Mike. Yay, Mike! Let's do a little bit of cleanup, and then we'll figure out what's next, because there's more here. That's for sure. What time is it? 11 o'clock. Easy out the way. He's remnant of the PTO O-ring. wiring stuff. I think I'll put that away. We grab the sledge. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't got the sledge, get something bigger. Obviously. Another one. Throw that out. So, broken. Get rid of it. Don't even think about it. Just get rid of the darn thing. Chasing the case threads is Mike's idea, so always appreciate good ideas and wherever they come from. Yeah, it sure helps. You get one little piece in there, something else, and it starts getting frustrating in a hurry. Question is this case going to be worthy of going for powder? Don't really like that. There's plenty of good stuff on these things. But not that. Brad Smith, my bandmail. Welcome. Brake band's okay. Plastic piece is all right. Yeah, you make a good case for the 2 Series stuff. There's no question about it. this is a bolt I definitely don't want to screw up, because these bolts here are something that is for always, they're the limiter bolts, and they're always missing. They're always like $3 a piece. It drives me berserk. Yes, I love these things. Breaking the milling black light. I didn't, William. I've been so busy lately, I just don't know what to do with it myself. Please forgive me. This tank might actually work. Clean it up, see how she goes. There's kill wire. Gotta get that stinking piston off. Something's jammed. Something's jammed. Use the impact. Simple. Wow. That ain't good. All right. Don't like it when clutches are on this tight. Way down on the floor, I'll use the breaker bar and a piece of metal on the bar bolts, just to hold things. Pray I don't kill myself. When they're on that tight, it's hard to get them off. Got it. Now I'm going to be quite curious to see exactly how and why this whole thing is welded out and jammed together. I didn't even block the piston from moving at all. Seems to be okay. Well, the pinion comes off. I gotta get the piston off. It's starting to get tiring. I can't even turn the crank here. Because I can't get to the piston, I can't knock out the pin. So how am I realistically going to do this? Heat it up and pop it out, pop it apart. That might be the only option here. There's always the Sawzall method, but nice. Okay, now I can get the pin out here, hopefully. Pin's coming out on the easy side. Which is great. Please be enough. Please be enough. Yes. Junk. Okay. think the only way to do this now is actually hit it with the heat and then pop it apart. Yes, I did. I'd rather not use that method, but what I can do is I can just hit this with the heat, and then I'll hit it with the, because I want to see if I can salvage the crank, but I don't know at this point. But if I hit it with the heat, I'll hit it with the rubber hammer, and then unfortunately the bearings will stay on the crank, but it'll be a way to get this apart. I don't think I can move the crank. Something is jammed in there good. I was trying to move it one direction. Let's see if I can move it the other. Because if I can, then just splitting the case becomes that much easier. And always nice to do a whole pile of PB Blaster in here. Haha! It moved. Oh, hear the crunchies? That crank might be okay. What am I reading? I'm reading comments. I read the comments. At least I try to. Don't want to get all of them. What do we do? The snow. Yeah, I haven't talked about the snowstorm. I haven't had time to think about it. Oh, I missed one. Hang on. Damn. No, I didn't hit it. Did I miss it or not? Maybe I didn't miss it. Oh, I know. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I can't tell whether I missed that bolt or not. These were perfectly good cases. I wouldn't be hitting this either, but kind of hoping that somebody didn't stick this all the way through. I gotta figure out whether there's actually a bolt in there or not. Yeah, looks like there is. Okay. No, didn't quite grab it. Lordy B, come on. Just one stinking bolt. Another option is I can actually drill out the head here. Did it. How many times a day have these easy outs saved my butt? Man. I don't have a whole lot of people blocked, so I don't know what that could be, guys. Easier. there's all the balls on that. Actually, we got kind of lucky here because I can get that inner race off the crank because I got the puller. But getting that out of there is a wee bit harder. Man. So yeah, so without this cross piece, just toss this case half, unfortunately. I'm going to salvage what I can from it. Really the only thing here at this point to salvage would be positioning pin here. And the real question is, do I want to salvage this case half? So this needs a thread repaired down here, which I can actually put an insert in. That's not the end of the world. That probably would work okay. I guess I could send this to Glock for powder. So here's what we're going to do. This. So we actually put the balls back in the bearing. And theoretically, if you had this placed like well enough, place balls, you could actually do this with like 3. But I actually have an inner race sitting around here somewhere that I can use. Get that off there too, but should have it sitting around. If they don't, that's kind of crappy. Yeah, I should have it sitting around. Use it up. I wonder if we can get real lucky and use this one. Probably not. Where is it actually hitting? Let's see where it's hitting. this is going to be much easier with this actually off here. So now I got to get the bearing puller. Oh, God. Hey, Tom. I just having a pain in the neck time here. This is definitely one of those tools that if you don't got it, you kind of got it, you know. Harbor Freight bearing puller. Pull the inner race right off of here. Easy peasy. Just pulling the inner race off this, and then I'm going to reinstall the inner race in that bearing, and then we're going to pull that bearing out. Already moved. Just that easy. Okay. Yep, we got the Harbor toolbox. Man, that thing, I've gotten use out of it, huh? Now I can take another 6202 that I think is okay, and see, does it slide on? It should not slide on. So then the crank didn't get wrecked in that way. Good. I think the crank just needs a good clean, and it'll be off and running. Alright, so now here's the tricky part. Most definitely tricky part. So you gotta put the balls back in here, as many as you got and as many as you can fit, essentially. And then what you do is pack it with grease, because the grease, like, I mean pack it. I did a video on peanut butter a while ago. You can actually do this with peanut butter. Probably do it with sour cream if you felt like it. It's got to be packed so it's stable, so the balls don't tend to roll around everywhere. Then what you have to do, you have to move the ball bearings around so that they are fairly equidistant from one another, all properly in the race. So effectively the grease is acting like a cage right now. The grease acts like a cage. Now you can pull that out. Or tap it or heat it or whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of different ways to do it, but let's see if I can get ball. I need that. Whee! Okay. So that went flying, which is fine. And you can look from this side and see, oh, I need a ball over that way. So everything's kind of captured there, so it doesn't want to move. And now you get the other case half. Now we're going to pull, the other case half is junk, but we're going to pull that bearing through. At least that's the hope. Don't really want it to spin. Watch this. Darn it again. So this goes to Glock for powder. Yeah, almost. They're dirty. So now, pull this off. This case half is junk, so I don't worry about trying to get the bearing out of there, but so that's how you pull a bearing out that's lost its the balls everywhere. The cage is gone. Yeah. This is OEM crankcase, yeah. This is all, I mean, all this damage here is because the cage basically ate itself somehow. This was probably a nylon cage, not a metal cage, and the whole thing just ate itself. That's probably what put this on the shelf. This is junk. Okay. Let's call it. I have more to do here for those type of saws, parts and all kinds of stuff here, but I have more to work on, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm cooked, so I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day here. And if anybody wants that 288 case from earlier, they can let me know. So, yeah, so the 288 case is for sale. If anybody wants it, they can let me know. It's powdered. Looks nice. Brand new fresh bearings. Yeah, so I'll say thanks, guys, for watching. I do appreciate it. Everybody have a great day. I'm going to go clean some of this stuff up. And we'll see you as soon as I can, whenever I get some ambition. So, hope everybody has a great day. Be safe. All that fun stuff. Brett Smith, how much for it? $350 shipped to lower 48. For the 288 case, you get the crank, the case assembled crank. It's powder coated, new natchies. You can go back in the video and look, but $350 shipped. And anybody who's interested can email me. Here's my email. Get rid of the extra ampersands. Matty05@AOL.com. But I'll put it here anyway. In the chat. So yeah, if anybody's interested, just Matty05@AOL.com. They can shoot me an email. The case I did yesterday, or day before yesterday, is already sold. This case will probably go quick too. So hope everybody takes care. See you later. Let me know if you need anything. And if anybody needs crank tools, they can email me too. All right, everybody have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.